Have you ever heard of cloud suck, cloudbusting, or aeromancy? If not, then this film is for you. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Seance. Let's get weird. Clouds, the subject of poems, art, and many a biblical tale. They've guided Israelites through the desert, featured heavily in the Vedic mythologies, and Zeus's Mount Olympus would be a far less theatrical and dramatic place without them. These seemingly transient puffs of infinite changeability have a history as old as the earth itself. Prosaic and everyday things, we rarely pay them much attention unless we're wondering about the weather. NASA's Earth Observatory estimates that about 67% of the Earth's heavenly mantle is cloud at any one time. The measurement given to the level of clouds up there is octas, which means eighths of sky. So 0 octas is a cloudless sky, or innubulous. Now, we can't discuss clouds and the mythology surrounding them without talking about this guy, Wilhelm Reich, who was a psychoanalyst and a scientific mystic, claimed to have invented, amongst other things, technology that could interact with the atmosphere. His cloudbuster machine, yes, as in the Kate Bush song, supposedly worked in a similar way to a lightning rod. It would absorb a form of energy which Reich called Orgone energy from the surrounding atmosphere, which would result in rain-bearing clouds forming. While none of these claims have been verified as far as we know, it is very strange that this man was arrested, imprisoned, and most of his research and equipment confiscated and destroyed by the FDA and the FBI, all for making it rain. In fact, I can't think of anyone else who's had their books enthusiastically burned by the FBI and the Nazis. Clouds suck. Though a mildly amusing name, this should not be taken lightly. In 2007, during a competition, a German paraglider, Eva Wisniewska, was sucked up into a cumulonimbus cloud at 20 meters per second to an altitude of around 10,000 meters, which is 32,600 feet, which is the same as a commercial airliner. The paraglider lost consciousness due to hypoxia. After regaining consciousness and miraculously landing safely 3.5 hours later, she was covered in ice and bruising from hailstone impacts inside the cloud. Cloud culture. In the UK, we often use cloud-based idioms in our language, with sayings like dark clouds on the horizon, head in the clouds, living in cloud cuckoo land, etc. Who could forget the story as children of Chicken Little, or honing our creative skills as kids by gazing at the clouds and seeing the morphing shapes of animals and changing faces. It's of no great surprise then that clouds are saturated with mythology, folklore, and magic. If we look into Greek myth and folklore, clouds are a group of nymphs called Nephilae, the daughters of 2 titans, Oceanus and Tethys. Hindu tradition says that elephants bring the rain and that the clouds are celestial white elephants using their trunks to drench the earth. The Navajo people believed that clouds are formed by a great white swan beating its wings, and the Pawnee tribe in Nebraska say that clouds are the garments worn by the gods. The Pueblo of Southwest America worship the cloud people from the underworld, who are the spirits of the deceased, who grant them rain to nourish the land. Before I move on to Aeromancy, if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Aeromancy. This is the studying of clouds for the use of divination. It's been around for as long as we have, and this type of magic was considered one of the 7 forbidden arts during the Renaissance period, along with necromancy and chiromancy. Clouds are magical prognosticators used by the rustics to predict the future as well as the weather. Passed down through the ages via proverbs, you probably know some of them. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Red sky in morning, sailor's warning. A curdly sky will not leave the earth long dry. Or mackerel sky, never long wet, never long dry. The list of these proverbs and folklore is extensive. If you have a favourite, please put it in the comments. But clouds are fantastical, however, and these seemingly lighter than air nebulas are actually millions and millions of tons in weight. They can be visually breathtaking and also completely terrifying. Even now, some are identifying the rarer of these atmospheric phenomena as omens about the end of days or the apocalypse. Any way you look at them, clouds and cloudscapes are as beautiful and diverse as any landscape on Earth. You just have to remember to look up. Cloudbusting and aeromancy may seem strange, but that's what the Saturday Morning Seance is all about. Embrace the strange. Thanks for watching.